Hello, people of the interwebs. I am Cody's Car Conundrum with Science Our Way here, and what are we talking about today?
Well, first of all, let's say our actual names, our real names here. My name is Erica Wagner.
And I am Cody Wagner.
And today we're going to be talking about something that just came out on the 20th of October. It is called the
Nintendo. It's the Nintendo Switch. I was thinking of the NX, because that's what I'm
They
used
have
to.
two names for it. It's Nintendo Switch, which is like official name, but then of course they have the Nintendo NX.
I just got it. Because some people do Switch with an X, so Nintendo, the N must be for Nintendo. You're real clever, Nintendo. You're real funny.
Yeah, totally missed that. But yes, we're talking about that. And if you don't know what Nintendo is, you're living under a rock. Nintendo has been around for, oh my gosh, since 1980 or something.
Let me clarify and say probably at least 1984.
It has been around for so long. And what do? Again, you live under a rock. They make games. Come on now. Who do you think makes Mario?
Or Legend of Zelda. Or Sonic. Or Mario Party, whatever. However long it's going for. Which is probably like the 16th installment there is right now.
Nintendo! Mario first started out on the Nintendo NES. Oh my gosh, that's such an old console.
Which a lot of people would say is the holy grail of all gaming, though I know a few people who would say the GameCube or what is it? There was someone else, Sony, I can't remember what it was called. The Genesis, I think. Or the Sega X, whatever it was.
Oh, yeah.
They would also say that was the pinnacle of gaming.
And then some people say that the Nintendo NES is better than the NES Super or the Super NES. But we're not just talking about that. We're talking about the Nintendo Switch, which is new, totally new. You can go look it up because you live under a rock if you don't know what it is. Come on now. You know this, right?
Yes.
Come on.
And
you saw this.
Without continuing to stall, we're going to get into why we're talking about this. We're talking about this because there's been a bit of conflict between us about is it a good or bad console? In other words, pros or cons. So we're going to be debating, except without calling each other names. We're just actually going to be properly debating and doing what an actual debate is.
And actually getting to the point and not stalling and repeating things.
So, straight off, I don't really like the Nintendo Switch. It's not a bad console, but I guess I'm just too traditional for my own good. I prefer Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, what have you. I prefer the older generations of consoles. That's not to say I don't like handhelds, but that is to say I kind of wish the NX would have been a PlayStation 4, Xbox One competitor rather than a mix between both of a DS and a Wii.
Now, hold on a second. I just realized we didn't tell them what it was at all.
Well, I would call it, this might be a new segment, but I would call it a multi-platform console. Because you can, if you leave it in its normal setting where you have it like this, and then you have the controls on the side, or whatever it is, it hooks up to the TV, like a normal console. But if you take the little controls out, which are they're about the size of a phone here.
No, they're smaller. They're like, I would say it's like a pen. It's literally this size, but thicker.
Yeah.
It's literally just like this.
Yeah, and then you take this out, and then you have a stand, and then you can game like this. In fact, in the trailer, there's a guy who has the food tray out on the airplane, put the stand up, and is gaming on the airplane with his earbuds in, which is something I also don't like, but that is totally out of the question. And so you can do that, and you put it back in, and then have it like a normal like PS Vita or something.
Yeah, but let's explain it a bit further in detail, because you have to remember, again, I say it a lot because it's true, some people live under a rock. They might not even know what Xbox is. But no, okay, so I want you to hold your hand like this for me real quick. Do it this way. Turn it, thank you. So basically, it's about this size. It's a screen. You all know I hope you all know. You all know what the Wii U is, right? It's basically like this size, now a little bigger, and the Switch can go into the stand right here. Thank you. And it hooks up to the TV. So now you take the little side controllers. The other controllers, I totally forgot controllers. You take controllers off this little screen, take it off like this, like that, put it in a little stand, and put it on your controller like this. It kind of looks like a dog face if you look at it, because it's got like the little ears and everything, a square head. But it's like an Xbox controller with the little controllers on the side. So you're doing like this in the TV. Oh, you got a little party to go to. Take this. Okay, take my little controllers off the big controller, put it on the screen, and bam, we got it. So basically, you put your little controllers on the side, and bam, you're gaming on the go. It's like the what is it, the PS Vita?
Yeah, the PS Vita.
Yeah, it's the PS Vita. So look, you're gaming on the go, except you're not using a phone, you're using a mini console. So then, of course, let's say I got my buddy here, right here, my buddy A. Okay. So, Buddy A wants to play Mario Kart with me. So, it has a little stand built in. Now, it's not going to stand up like this. It's going to stand up on the side, but you get the point. So, I take the controllers off, and you're thinking, wait a second. So, if it's like an Xbox controller, so we have a little joystick over here, then we have A, B, X, and Y over here.
Or if you're on PlayStation, it's Y, X, square, circle, whatever it is.
Yeah. Then you're kind of like, but how can you have two little controllers for two people? Nintendo decided all you need is a little joystick on one controller and 4 buttons, which is like the A, B, X, and
Y is another one.
And Y, or the square, triangle, and circle. And then there you go. So I can take little controllers off of here, give one to my buddy A here, and just go. So we got a joystick, you got this. That's all you really need. As long as you have something to move around, something to look around to, because looking and moving is different. Some of you don't think that. My mom is one of those people. Looking and moving is different, okay?
Oh, no, there's a red shell. No! Last place.
Because looking, I just want to do this real quick. I'm sorry. Because our mom she tries to play Minecraft, but she does WASD, which is moving. She tries to look around like, Mom, you need the mouse to move around. She doesn't grasp that yet. So, she'll survive, though. We're both gamers. She's going to make it no matter what. She doesn't have a choice, okay? So, they decided that it'd be best if we have a joystick for either looking or moving, and then the little buttons for either also looking and moving. It depends what they have it as yet, or what they have it set for. And then have their little, what is it called, power-ups?
Power-ups what? Mario Kart?
Yeah, if you want to activate a power point or use a weapon, die, demons!
Red shell, banana, whatever they have these days.
So now you know what it is. We're going to talk about the pros and cons. So again, it can be mobile. You can do it on the airplane. You can do it with friends. It looks like you can do it up to like 4 people or so. That's amazing. All you really need is like 2 of these things, because remember, it has 4 controllers, or 2 controllers for one thing. So if I have one, he has one, I got my best friend, he's got his best friend, all we need is 2. They couldn't afford it or something at the moment, or you know what, they're not going to get it until maybe Christmas. But either way, controller for Susie, controller for me, controller for Cody, controller for Bob. There we go.
No, his name is Johnny.
Okay,
his name is Johnny. It's not Bob.
Okay, fine.
Get it right.
Okay.
He's a pizza boy.
Fine. Anyway, doesn't matter. Really doesn't. But either way, you can play with multiple people and it's mobile. So put your hand back here real quick, sorry. So when you come back from that long day of gaming and you're supposed to be working instead, but you're gaming.
Productivity is overrated anyway.
Who needs that? So then you're like, oh, you know what? I want to see things on the big screen. Back in the TV and you're back to gaming. So that's basically what that is. And we're going to talk about, thank you. We're going to basically debating about, like you said earlier, and you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
We're going to do pros and cons. So I'm going to do some cons, he's going to do some cons. Both going to do pros if you have any pros. Okay, fine. So, ready?
Yeah, I'm going to start. I just wish it was more like the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, because that to me would have been a big step for Nintendo, because I don't think they've ever really competed in that field of gaming before. I mean, it is very, very highly competitive between those two, and it's basically dominated by those two. So them going into that field, I could see would be a bit of an issue, but I think it would also be an advantage, because then they could maybe do other games, like, I don't know, WRC4, Call of Duty.
Okay, I was like, what was the first one?
WRC4 is a rally game.
Of course it was. Mr. Car Guy. Cody's Car Guy.
Call of Duty, Battlefield, whatever. And I know it's not Nintendo's traditional titles. However, I think that'd be a big advantage for Nintendo, because that would give people another option, and it would give them new types of gamers into their ranks.
This is why I disagree with you. Okay. Because it basically sounds like you're saying that Nintendo should have done what other people have done.
Yeah.
It sounds like. But why would they do that? Okay, if you already have an Xbox and a PlayStation, why do you need a third? Not to mention, Xbox by Microsoft and PlayStation by Sony is already so big. And yes, Nintendo is big, but I don't think you need to add a third console just like theirs. They made a console that's different. It's called the Wii, which encourages movement, actually moving and getting up and standing. Unless, of course, you find a hacking way and you move your remote and sit down. That's wrong. You're supposed to be moving, first of all. But
to be fair, Xbox has their little Kinect stand thing that you can do.
True,
I
but
think the Wii's might be better, though. I haven't really tried the Kinect, though. But
Wii is about moving. It's about actually moving your arm.
yeah.
The Xbox and PlayStation is just about doing this, basically. There is no real movement in that.
I mean, unless you get a racing game and you get a wheel and then...
But we're not talking about a wheel. We're talking about we're talking
True.
about the consoles here.
Very true.
So I do think that it's great that they did this because it's different. It's actually mobile. Now, PlayStation did quite well because they added the PlayStation Vita, which is kind of like the Wii U and the Wii. But again, you have two of those consoles that are kind of the same. So this one just knocks, it seems like all the consoles out of the water to me. Because you're combining everything. Mobile gaming, TV gaming, computer gaming, all kinds of gaming, phone and tablet gaming, for Pete's sakes.
Now, I will give an advantage to the, I'm going to call it the NX, because that's what I'm used to it being called. I will give it the advantage that it does combine them all into one, making it much easier for people to game in many different ways. Rather than having to buy a totally separate different console, they can just buy one, which is a huge advantage. However, this is where the con comes in. What have they had to do to make that work? I'm just thinking in terms of maintenance. If you, like, let's say you broke it somehow, okay? Like, let's say you broke the part where it connects to the TV, okay?
Yeah.
Well, what's that going to cost to fix? Because with a normal console, maybe someone could jerry-rig something with backyard engineering to make their Xbox work. Or if you want to be really hacker status, you can make a really giant computer that somehow can do what the Xbox can. And I've seen a few of those computers. You could do that and have your own Xbox, not Xbox type of thing. But I just think that maintenance might be a bit of an issue because if you break one thing, okay, fine, go get it fixed or whatever it is. You break the other thing, the handheld. Well, then you can't use it. I mean, you wouldn't be able to use an Xbox if you broke one bit, but that'd be one bit to fix. Whereas the NX, you break the TV connection, okay, boom. And that's fine if you don't want to do the TV, but you're going to want to use the TV, especially if you have an HD TV or a TV that's curved and has, 720p or, 3000 pixel resolution or whatever.
Okay, so here's my question to you. A little side note here. You're saying something that holds it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Most TVs are on a stand or away from you, and the stand's over here.
Yeah.
How are you going to be back here and break that thing?
I don't know. You knock your hand into it or something?
No.
Just by accident?
No. You're here, and things all the way across the room. The only way you can break it is pick it up and throw it against the window. Or you take the remote, the individual remotes, all the remotes, little phone, 3 remotes, little remote, throw, break it. There's no way you break it unless you do those things.
I mean, if you're those kind of YouTubers who, set it on fire or something like those Elmo dolls that we used to watch when we were kids, set it on fire on a barbecue. But I mean, knock it up, let's say you have it, right near the edge, like this, okay?
Why are you standing right next to the TV, though? Are your eyes glued to the screen like this?
No, I'm saying
you doing that?
If you walk up to do something to it, knock it, oh no! And it's like a 2-foot drop or whatever. And if it's really fragile, then, boom, it's broken. There are ways to break things without maliciously trying to kill it.
But people like doing things malicious ways. Why do you think you have so many views on YouTube? But either way, back on track here.
Go 2 more minutes.
Okay. So either way, though, now one of my cons is we can come back to that. We can do a whole other video about this. I'm willing to do this with you.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, now I do think it's great because I'm actually a artist. I do 2D art and 3D art, so I think it's amazing. You can take all this gaming and art with you someplace. Not to mention, I love technology, so I think it's amazing. One of the problems is though that I have is it seems like people are going to be more glued to the screen than they already are. Now, I know that I talk about this as well. I think I did with Kim or one of my agents over here. I talked with saying... Stop. That I talked about was how gaming is beneficial or it's educational.
But that's to an extent, right?
Yeah, because it is educational, but the thing is, it seems like you're really going to take it to a whole new level. Yeah, people have phones, they got tablets, and they got computers, and they have the little small tablets that look like phones or everything like that. But it looks like you're gonna be way too glued to it to me. Because I mean, I would start to notice, because I'm on the computer a lot, because not only am I doing my own stuff, I'm doing stuff for my brother, I'm doing stuff for my mom, I'm doing stuff for some other people too. And I started to notice recently that I'm not sure if I'm focusing correctly on the computer. Like, I can't tell if my vision is getting blurry, if I can't read things correctly, but I'm just like, everything doesn't seem to be in focus a certain way. I'm not saying I can't see anything. I can see just fine, first of all. Okay, don't you dare try to do anything.
Eat more carrots.
Yeah, eat more carrots. But I mean, I can feel myself like focusing my eyes, like straining, like doing this. So you have a console where you take gaming everywhere you go. Just seems a little excessive to me. Yeah, I can separate, but I work on the computer. I don't really do anything off the computer. That's different. But gaming is a choice. Okay, so instead of actually being productive and working on that essay I should be doing, I'm gonna go game. It's a choice. So instead of gaming, I make the choice to go write my essay.
No, I will. Oh, sorry.
We're just on the computer because my teacher's in Sweden, but and because mailing kind of takes forever, and the mailing out here where we are is not that great. But that's my concern, is that people are gonna get way too glued to the screen. It's not a bad thing. I'm all for gaming and being on the computer, but I fear it might be too much, and people might not be able to separate.
I will say this, that you do have a point, but like everything, it'll get old eventually. They're not going to game everywhere. I mean, even people with a DS, they don't game everywhere. We have DSs, and we don't game everywhere.
I don't use my Wii. I
Yeah.
haven't used it in ages.
So it would have to get old at some point, but I do see your point that as of now, it could be a problem for people in their eyesight. And a con that I would see is price. I know it's kind of cliched, but I'll rehash it. What did they have to do to make that? Because that's gonna have an effect on maintenance and price. I mean, it'll probably be, I'm gonna say, like $150, and that's being optimistic.
Yeah.
But I think it'll probably be like $300. It's gonna have to be something like that, and that's a bit much. That's a bit much because you can get a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox One, and I think what people are gonna look at with that is the NX is cool, but is it worthy of getting over an Xbox, which has it'll have a bigger library, you can get the Kinect, which you can do similar motion stuff.
That's true.
And if you can just get a DS for the handheld, or even a Vita, what's the need? And which will be cheaper. What's the need for getting that then? Because it is an advantage of having it all in one, but if it's at that price point, I don't really know if people are really going to make that big decision. It's worth having over the preferred consoles, I would have to say.
Yeah. Now we have to stop, but I do agree with you, and I want to talk more on that. But we have to cut it right now, so we can do another video if you want. Since you love doing this so much, and so do I. So we're gonna see you guys next time, and there'll be a part 2 possibly, because there's so much to discuss.
We should do this more often.
Yes,
We should
I
do
agree.
this way more often.
Yes. Make a YouTube channel about this. We'll talk about this later. Anyway, we'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed, and keep on gaming.
Hope you enjoyed the video.